So I never even touched the bench press before I could do a muscle up. I dropped out, man, because I thought to myself, I don't want to do something with my squad. If somebody says something bad to you, kill them with kindness. You have to count your blessings. For me, it's weird to sit on table and have a whole family and eat together.
Some people give in order to feel good about themselves. They see someone in need on their block and they pity him, so they hand him some change. Others give to receive praise, and that praise is their reward. But the purity of their generosity is diminished because they receive something for it. True giving happens when we give from the heart. Giving because you genuinely want to help a person or a worthy cause while remaining anonymous is true charity. That is the kind of giver I want to be, a giver from the heart. I try to teach my children never to turn a needy person away. I taught them to show respect from all God's creatures. I taught them to reach out to people who were down and to lend them a helping hand. I taught them that by keeping the needy and less fortunate close to their hearts, they would be closer to God. Enes, this is the book, The Soul of Butterfly, from Muhammad Ali. Basically a reflection on his whole journey, from his religion to his boxing career, to him wanting to change the world when it comes to racism. And it's a beautiful book that he wrote together with one of his daughters. And I would like to give this to you as a gift.
No way, man. Thank you, man, bro.
It's a pleasure.
This guy is a legend, man. This means much to me. I for sure want to read this, man. I'm normally not a book guy, but this one I will read, inshallah, man.
Inshallah. I'm really happy to hear that that you like it.
Bro, if the quote, what you just said, is something this book tells about, then for sure I will read it, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good... it sums the book up in a way, because obviously he's a boxer, but he also talks a lot about like the philosophical way that he thinks. So that makes this book really special, at least.
Yeah, nice, man. Even the quote, what you just said, with giving, the Islam also tells, give like in a secret way. Give with your right hand. Even your left hand doesn't know what your right hand gives. So this kind of things, something positive, man.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for the gift, bro. I appreciate it, man.
It's a pleasure, brother. I'll start with the intro. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? We're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. And today we're here with a brand new episode of The Success Show. And today we're joined by Enes. Enes is someone that has devoted himself to motivate people through the way of social media. And he did that in a beautiful way, where he mixed self-improvement, if I may say, which means working out, but also working on your religion in one beautiful way together. And the people seem to love it. He's gotten a lot of positive messages about it.
Alhamdulillah, man. I'm blessed.
And we're really happy to have you here and to
Thank
find
you
more,
for having me, bro.
to find out more about you, because what was really interesting was that you have a lot of content online, but there wasn't much content of you speaking, which, yeah, I mean, it's an honor to have one of these first...
You have the honor to be the first guy, man.
Yeah, that.
So, yeah. For me, it's also, I have to get used to the camera stuff, you know, talking in the mic. Also, it's different for me, you know, because as I said, off camera, I was never a social media person. You know, I always started with an undercover account. Even on my Snapchat, I only had 20 friends, 30 friends. Now it's crazy to see all the numbers go up. A lot of people sending me messages. I can't even keep it up anymore. So, alhamdulillah, I'm blessed, man, to have the position I have today, to motivate a lot of people around the world, you know, not just in the Netherlands. And yeah, man, I'm blessed, man.
It's awesome. Could you take us back to how it all started? Because you mentioned that you were a really private guy on social media.
Yeah.
How like, what was the trigger that made the step? Before you continue watching, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss a future upload.
I always, crazy as it sounds, I always was into social media in a manner of I was always checking content, you know. I really loved content on YouTube, on Instagram. Back then you didn't even have TikTok, but I started on TikTok first. So how it all started was I already made a lot of progress in my physical elements. So with training calisthenics, I was training. You know, always people said to me, "You have such a nice muscle up," because I have invent a lot of time in my muscle ups. You know, people that follow me know me. They know the muscle ups, the rocket muscle ups that go when everything shakes. But I was doing that without camera, without social media. So all my friends were saying, "Bro, post this online. You know, this is something crazy. You've invested so much time in the gym. It's, you know, it could be a waste if you don't show it to the people. You know." So I was thinking, I thought, what am I gonna do on TikTok? Everybody dances on there. Everybody puts crazy sounds, music, you know. But then I thought to myself, why not be the first person to show the positive side of TikTok? Because it's a platform and you can use it however you want. You know, if you want to use it for music terms or dancing or gym or motivation, you know, you just have to find your audience, you know. But first, back then, I was scared of what would people say. You know, if I post, they will say, "Look at that guy, huh? Funny. He thinks he's somebody." You know. Then I thought, you know what? I worked hard for this. Let me post some videos. It started all with no sounds, no edits, just showing my abilities. Then I saw a lot of young people said commenting, "Bro, this is inspirational. How did you achieve this? Um, you know, how did you came to this level? You know?" And then I thought to myself, "Yeah, this can work. You know, this people like this need me. You know." Then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's give it a try, man. Then I started my account EKanon, also EK. You know, they call me EK or EKanon.
Where does that name come from, if I may ask?
My full name, my full first name is Enes Shot. So my brothers always called me EK, and Canon is the power. You know, Canon is in the Netherlands we say kanon. So Canon, because of my power, you know, I was shaking everything. They said to me, "You know what, EK, Canon." But then I said to my brother, "You know, good name." It was all by natural. I said to them, "You know, what kind of name should I do on social media?" They said to me, "Just do EK, something with your name." You know, I didn't want to say my government name, but now it's no problem. So he said to me, "EK, Canon." I said, "You know what, good name." Type it in. I'm not the most complex dude. I said to me, "What kind of video?" I said to him, "Record me." Then I walk to the bar, do some muscle ups, you know, and that's how it started. Before I knew, 1 or 2 weeks later, I saw the video going viral. People were commenting, "Bro, this is crazy, blah blah blah." I was thinking, "Subhanallah, man." And then I was thinking, you know, I have to get better at this. I learned how to edit. I learned how to make sounds. Then I saw I was growing. A lot of people, you know, I first look up to were reacting on my videos. They were showing me love. Then I thought by myself, you know, this feels good, you know, to be somebody who motivates. And now, alhamdulillah, when I walk up to the street, young people come to me. They say, "You're the guy from the muscle ups. You're the guy from the handstands, this and that. How did you achieve that? It's impossible." And I want to show them a way that it's possible, you know. That if you start, just don't give up. Just start today. You know, even a lot of people I see in the gym, they are doing crazy stuff, bro, but they are not on social media. And I said to them, in this day and age, social media is the biggest thing, you know. If you don't use it, I think it's a waste, man.
I think nowadays a lot of people consume it.
They consume it, but they don't know that if I see a guy benching 250 in a regular basic fit gym here in the Netherlands, bro, it's a waste, man. Come on, show the people how you achieved it. You know, a lot of people look up to you, but I also get them. You know, if you were never, you were never a social media guy like myself. I was saying to myself, who wants to watch this? You know, who wants to look to me? Nobody will see the video or something like that. But if you go viral one time and you see the positive messages and you really see what you are capable of, you know, of reaching the audience. Bro, come on, man. You can achieve whatever you want in this world. Bro, look at the opportunities we have. Let's say, for example, maybe there were 20 years ago people much more stronger than us, but they didn't have a platform to show it, you know? So I see it as a waste if you don't use it.
I completely agree with you, by the way. Like I think in this day and age, like the way we're doing this also is also to inspire people. We want to bring a positive message. We want to help people, and it would just be a waste if we have all these talks and we get to meet all these incredible people and we keep that for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it's beautiful that you're doing that.
Thank you, man.
And what I wanted to ask is, the journey, because we've seen a lot of the the transformation videos,
Yeah,
and I think for me, those were the ones that really hit home. Like you see you going from like a bit of a younger dude, and you also look completely different,
yeah,
and then to this, and you're both physically and also, I think,
mentally.
spiritually
Yeah,
transformed.
of course,
Could you
man.
tell us more about that?
You know, I always tell the people, they always see the physical change on my Insta, you know? Also a little bit of my spiritually change because you see I get also more religious, but always are more proud of me that I'm changed in a way of physical. You know, they say to me, you went from 52 kilos to 74, by example, you know? And I said to them, it's good, but I'm more proud of the way that I've made the progress in my head, mentally and spiritually. Because a lot of people only see the physical part, you know? They see you shaking the most, the bars. They say you rip the bar out, but they never saw the journey where even you can see my hands, you know, it's all busted open, but they never see that side. But that's why I came to your podcast, you know, to talk about this. Also, I started my own YouTube channel now, so I want to show them, you know, everything of my life, man, how I became this person so far. And that's why I'm the most proud of my spiritual change, because I think my physical change started because of my spiritual change. I wanted to change in my head. You know, I said to myself, I can't live like this anymore because I was living unhealthy. You know, I was addicted to gaming. I was gaming till the nights, you know, till 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I wasn't praying at all. I had no relationship with my creator, you know. It was just my nutrition was bad. Everything was bad, you know. Even I couldn't wake up for school because I was gaming a lot till the nights. And I said to myself, you know, look at yourself. Because one time one of my friends said to me, let's go play some soccer. And I really loved soccer before I started calisthenics. Then I was running, I was catching breath, you know, difficult, you know. And I said to myself, I can't live like this. I have to be strong. I have to, I don't know, it can't work like this. You know, I was eating a lot of junk food and everything. And I said to myself, let's make a change. Then I made the change uh, by getting a little bit more religious. Not like how I'm now, but I started started to do my prayers, you know,
At what age?
at 16, man.
Okay.
Because when I was 16, I went to Umrah. I went to Kaaba, Mecca, and did my Umrah. And then my mother said to me, now if you go back, you have to go back stronger, you know? You have to go back. You can't be the same person as you was before. So when I was there, it would be a waste if you don't pray 5 times when you're in the holy land of our religion, you know? So I went back and I said to myself, you know, I can't joke around anymore. And that was one of the steps closer to my religion. Then I started working out, started eating better, I started going to school. I left gaming. Also, I like to play some games now, but not like I used to before. And then it went slowly, man. I saw more progression in my body. I saw more progression in my mental health. I was feeling better, you know. But then it went down again. So it went always up, down, up, down, up, down.
Can I ask you what was one of the triggers for it to go down again, or was something happened particularly, or was it just with time, like
I
keeping it
think
consistently was difficult?
also keeping it consistently was difficult, but never in my training.
Okay.
My training was one of my, you know, if I had bad times, I was always went to the gym for,
You fall back on that.
yes. That was one of the reasons I always felt back on that. But I think it was more of the people around me sometimes, man. They were getting me to weird places, you know. The people around you make you, you know. That's now also I'm really happy. I have a small circle with brothers who we believe the same, have the same mentality. We all want to progress, make progress in the gym, make progress in our religion. Just stay positive, and if you have those people around you, bro, that's the best, man.
Could you tell us more about surroundings? Because like the people around you can either make you or break you, right?
Yeah, facts.
how do you distinguish good from bad people? Or not per se bad people, because everything is specific, everything is subjective, right?
Yeah.
But for you,
I know what you mean. That not bad people because they also are with you for some reasons. You
of
know,
course.
they also have good manners towards you. But I think bad people are the ones that pull you away from your goals, man. Pull you away from for what you stand for. You know, for example, let's say if you don't like to do alcohol or some drugs, and you have friends that do that, it could be a matter of time if you that you also fall in that, or maybe you will see it as not as bad as you saw it before. You know,
Yeah.
so I say that people that are pulling you away from your goals, man, those get them
Yeah.
get
them
them rid
away.
out your life, man, bro. They are dangerous, bro.
And how do you find people that add on to the positivity and that help you achieve your goals? Because I think that's really hard. Also, I think nowadays, especially, like, I mean, if you
Yeah.
at a certain point you have a network and it goes really easily, but in the very beginning, you might think you're completely alone in your journey.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's one of the good things of social media as well, is that people, like, you can still feel surrounded by other
Yeah,
brothers
of course.
because of social media, but a physical presence is of course always stronger. Do you have any advice or ideas that people can find people that
For
can be
me,
good?
if I speak honest, I don't think it's really that hard. It maybe seems that hard, but I don't think it's really that hard. If you are searching for people that are religious, search them at a place where you think you could find them. So go to the mosque, talk with them, you know, have a conversation. If you want to be better at calisthenics, don't go to a powerlifting gym. You know, for example, go to a calisthenics park. That is how I found my people. Also, I have my older brothers like family, but my friends, you know, most of them I met them or at a calisthenics park or in a mosque, you know, because if you go to those places, you automatically share the same interest, you know.
Yeah,
So if you are searching in a club for a religious guy, you won't find him there, you know.
you're making it hard for yourself.
Yeah, that's my advice. Go to if you have interest in maybe becoming a good soccer player, go to a place where you know there are good soccer players, you know? Go to a place where you know these people will bring me up. If you go to some bad place or you know just people with bad influence, you also will get. That's my advice. It's not that really that hard.
And I will ask you for a practical question as well, because I can imagine there are maybe younger children watching this and they're like, shit, that makes sense. It's so logical.
Yeah.
But and imagine they are in that place and they see all different people. Going up to people can be scary sometimes, right? What would be a good way to approach someone and basically tell them that you would like to learn more about what they're doing, or perhaps you just want to be friends with them? What would be a good way to start that conversation?
Bro,
Or how would you do it?
how would I do it? Listen, I'm always since I was little I was really an introvert. I'm still am. But if I see somebody putting in the work, like just giving all, you know, because for example, when I was at the calisthenics park, that's where I met a lot of people, and I saw they were like really with themselves, you know, focused, not talking to everybody. That these were the people I thought in myself, bro, this guy is so focused. Maybe this is how much he wants to achieve his goal, you know, and just step up to them, you know, ask them. Bro, he won't hit you on your face. Why you ask me if I do this or that? Because I always, sometimes when I'm in the gym, maybe people think I look angry. You know, that's because when I'm in the gym, I'm focused on getting my results, you know. I don't play around. I just do my sets. And I always look angry because that's how I am, you know. But when somebody come up to me, bro, it means a lot to me, man. When they ask me, bro, how do you achieve this? Even people that don't recognize me from social media, you know, because I'm not really long on social media. Maybe before I went to Turkey, I went to my calisthenics park where I really first did my first pull-ups. And there were some people, they were seeing my muscle-ups and they said to me, bro, this kind of form, mashallah, we only see on internet, you know. They don't really know that I'm active on internet, but they ask me, how did you achieve it? That for me, I think is the best result you can show to people, because the muscle up you can't buy with money, you can't get it as a gift or something, bro. hard work, and people asking you how to show me this is just recognition of your hard work, you know. Is the I also to younger people that see me in the gym, just step up to me. Feel free to ask me some things. You know, this is the reason why I do it. You know, if I didn't want that people came up to me or asked me some things, I was still the undercover guy on social media. This is my advice. If you see somebody, just go up to him, approach him, ask him nicely. If you see he doesn't want to give you some help, don't worry. Plenty of other people, you know. It's not a big deal. Just relax.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. I think it's beautiful advice. 100% agree.
Thank you, man.
I would like to ask you. Obviously, you made a lot of progress in both your physical form, but also your spiritual spirituality.
Yeah.
Could you take us through the daily habits that, because we're talking about a long transformation from 16 to 25 with obviously ups and downs, but it's a long time since you had that click.
But my real transformation started when I was 19.
Okay.
So when I was 16, I was still
Yeah.
a young kid, you know, I was growing up. I didn't go to the gym very often, but when my brother went, I just,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, he showed me the ways. But when I was 19, I was still 50 kg when I was 19, but I was praying and trying to be a better Muslim, you know. But the whole transformation started because I wanted to change mentally, and I said to myself, what can you do? What will make you feel good mentally? And my outcome was going to the gym, you know. But first, I was. This is gonna sound crazy, but I was really shy to go to the gym because I was skinny. I was thinking maybe people will laugh at me, you know. I was weak. I said to myself, if I go to a public gym, I don't know what to expect. You know, you see a lot of big guys smashing the weights down. Part of me thought, you know, let's start outside. And that's how my calisthenics journey started. So I never even touched the bench press before I could do a muscle up. I could do a human flag and a muscle up, and I'd never touched the bench. That's one of my reasons I never told my friends, but I was shy to go to the gym. I did push-ups outside. I did pull-ups outside. And the funny thing is about this, I did it all by myself. You know, I didn't want people around me. I was the quiet kid. Just work, put in the work. One day you will see result. And now I'm seeing the results, you know. And I think it's just the beginning of seeing my results. And as you said, first the thing that started all this progression was mentally. I wanted to become a better person, spiritually, physically, mentally, but it all came down as being the best possible person, religious and physical, you know.
And what are there still goals now that you're working towards?
Of course, man. But I'm so busy in my head right now. Also, a lot of people tell me, a lot of friends of me say, write your goals down. So I write my goals down. But alhamdulillah, it's going so fast. You know, I'm writing my year goals down, but I get them in 3 months. So now I have to search for new goals. But I have some new goals. Also, the secret thing, what I did in Istanbul, that's one thing I want to bring on the market, inshallah, with a huge company, inshallah. And bro, physically, there's no limit, man. So I want to achieve more moves, more power. Just be the most healthy person. And then religious, we all know you can't be the best person. Just do your thing, man.
Were there some daily habits that contributed to you being able to achieve that? Because obviously there was the mental click, but then there's the day-to-day progress, right? You wake up, what happens in the day?
My daily routine, I wake up, take a shower, brush my teeth, pray, eat something healthy, you know. Because I always say to myself, if you start your day bad, your whole day will go bad. You know, if you start your day positive, your whole day will go positive. So what I do is, I try to work out every day. Also my prayers, and I like to eat something outside with my family, friends, my brothers. You know, I'm not really a busy guy. You know, I don't like to go too much to public places. If I go, I eat something quick, then go to home again. I'm just a home guy. Home, gym, home. Also, I work. I work as an accountant
Okay,
at the office. Yeah, man.
nice.
And
You enjoy doing that?
work is never something people want to do, but it's good, man.
Is that always the case, you think, or is there also a way that you could maybe turn your hobbies into your work one day?
Of course, but sometimes your hobbies also, if it becomes work, the word work mentally sounds crazy already. You know, you have to still put your alarm. You have to still travel to some places. You have to still give your free time away, even if it's your hobby, even if it's something you like to do. Bro, everybody wants to chill and relax. Of course, we have to work, but I think do something what suits you. Of course, if you can do something with your hobby, go 100% full. That's I think why I am, alhamdulillah, successful for now is I never go to my decisions on 70% or 80%. I always go 100% because last year I was still on school and I dropped out, man, because I thought to myself I don't want to do something with my school. I want to achieve something with social media. And even back then I didn't. When I dropped out of school, I had 800 followers on Instagram. And I said to myself, focus now. Just forget what people say. People were saying to me, bro, it's a big risk, you know, this and that. Bro, they can say all what they want. They even said to me, you can't achieve a muscle up. You can't achieve 70 kg or this or that. Why don't listen to them, man? I have a decision in my head. I do it. If I feel by myself, not with the people. So that's why I dropped out of school. Then I started working on the side, you know, earn something and invest my time in my social media, man. Alhamdulillah, it's paying off now. So on to bigger things now, man. So if it's paying off more, quit my other job, you know. Focus fully on social media, inshallah, that's the goal, you know. But yeah, man, alhamdulillah, stay positive. Also, when people watching this, some of them maybe don't want to do a different job. Well, I've worked maybe 7 or 8 years in supermarkets, you know, filling, working shelves, everything. Bro, it's part of your life, man. Stay humble, just work, earn money, invest in the right things, do positive things. Don't give your money to rubbish things, you know. That's it, man.
You mentioned dropping out of school. I think that's super interesting.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what the people around you mentioned that some people were like, oh, that's a big risk, and your parents? Can I ask you how they saw that?
Bro, of course, my mother, she wasn't happy, you know. But I said to her, I want to focus on my social media. But my mother is not really a social media person. She has Instagram, WhatsApp, but she don't really look too much. But back then I was already big on TikTok, but not on Instagram. So I said to her, Mom, listen, let me just focus 1 year on this. If it happens, it happens. If it don't happen, go back to school, you know, part of the journey. She get a little bit angry, you know. She, you know, Muslim mothers, they want to see you succeed, you know. Bless her. And I said to her, listen, I made the decision. I already dropped out, but I didn't even tell her. So I was going outside, saying to her, I go to school. I went to school, but I didn't go to my lessons, you know. I was doing teacher,
Okay.
economics teacher.
Yeah.
So it was really hard. I was already working at a school with some, I had my own class and everything. But when they heard I was leaving, you know, they said to me, please stay, you know. I would like to work with the youth, you know. So it was a hard decision, but my motivation fell away for school, you know. I was in my 3rd year.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, man.
And is that your final year?
No, just one last year's full year of internship.
Okay.
Then you have your degree. But I said to myself, I don't want to do this, you know. If I focus 1 year on school, it will stay in the way of social media, you know. But I made my decision and I really believe in myself. I believe that Allah, you know, in the plan. I make a lot of dua. Also, one of my quotes I always use is dua as the what was the quote again, man? Dua has the power to turn your dreams into reality.
Beautiful.
So I always do make my dua, then I just go for my decision, you know. If I make the decision, 100%, no 80%, no 70%. Because if you go in half, why do you go? Go 100% easy, light work.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. I think it's a beautiful success story. It's a beautiful success story, and I think what makes it so beautiful is the risk that you take.
Yes, because that gives you the fire, you know.
Right.
When I stopped with school, I was also jobless then. I said to myself, now it's time to work, man. Now it's time to work. You want to achieve something on social media? Put in the work. Then I was focusing how to edit videos, how to make sounds. Because back then my editing skills wasn't really good like that. So then I focused. And now alhamdulillah paid off, man. So now I look back and I laugh at the people that said to me, don't drop out of school, you know? It's all part of the plan, you know? I believe it's written for a reason. And I really listened to my intuition, you know? I had a strong feeling of this way. That's why I dropped out, man. Before I dropped out, I spoke with a lot of people. But my intuition was that strong. Said to myself, you know what? Drop out.
Yeah, and it also I think when you're young, I think if we want to make it practical advice between like 18 and 25, especially when you don't have a family, when you don't have children,
Yeah.
like you're gonna take the risks then. You're not gonna take it after when you're a lot of
You're
responsibilities.
35 or 40 years
Of course.
old. It's yeah.
People-
Because you know why I take the risk? Because it's good that you bring this up. Because when you are 40, you will still think about this choice. You will still think, what if I dropped out?
Yeah, that's the
Now
most
I
painful
don't have
thing.
that doubt. You know, now I know. Now I know the answer.
Yeah,
So for me, I'm glad, man. Sometimes you just take the risk, man. You won't die. You know, what's the worst case possible? Death? You won't die, man. Just take the risk. Nothing happens.
would you have also been glad if it didn't work out?
Of course. Then you know the answer still, you know. The goal has to be, it doesn't need you have to be sure that there's no question. No what if. That's it, man. Now you have your answer. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, we move on, man.
I had a super interesting talk with my neighbor actually. She's 95 years old, and I always like I think this is great for younger people to talk with people that are elder that have
Yeah.
experienced a lot of things, and just ask them what is your best advice that you can give me. And she told me I think as a 95-year-old now I would tell you that just doing something that that you love, so you don't regret it later. Even if it scares you, just do it because otherwise later you might regret it, and that's the worst. And she told me, yeah, I always wanted to become like a airline steward, and I never got the possibility to do it because I was scared to do it, and I really regret that. With that being said, I'm super happy with my life. I'm well
Yeah.
off now, which was like that is something that I would have wanted to try. And when you talk to those kind of people, like we're young, so we haven't
Yeah.
seen
We
as
have
much of the
chance
world.
still, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like that advice is made for us. Like we have to do that. It's beautiful and living example across the table. It's beautiful, and I'm super happy it worked out for
Yeah,
you.
man. Thank you, man. That's why it's important to speak to other people. Man.
Yeah.
This is a good example, you know. Speak to a lot of different people. I also do that when I go outside. I see somebody with a different religion. I just ask, you know, to see his lifestyle. Not really in the way, why do you believe that? But just ask his daily routine. You can learn from everybody, you know.
Yeah,
Get some advice. If they give it for free, it's welcome, you know.
yeah,
Because a lot of time nowadays people they bring out ebooks. You know, if you want their advice, you have to pay, man.
yeah. The course.
Yeah. So go to all the people now. They don't know that yet. Just
Yeah.
ask them for advice. You know.
Yeah. I want to ask you. You quickly mentioned that you have big ambitions when it comes to social media, and back then you already knew that. What are the next steps? So you quickly mentioned YouTube. When it comes to YouTube, because YouTube is a big platform, you can do a bit of everything. You can also
Mhm.
post longer format content. How will that change the way that people can watch content of you or consume things that you're related to?
Yeah, I want to. You know, as you said before, I don't really have videos of me talking. You know, that's why I want to bring more on the table. I want to release tutorials. You know, show them the ways how I got the progress I have now. You know, show them how to do their first pull up, muscle up. Because if you learn something physically, for me that's the best feeling, man. You know, doing a muscle up is not something you can buy. You know, so if you learn that to somebody, bro, that's the best feeling in the world for me, man. Motivating the youth, you know, spiritually, mentally, physically. That those kind of videos I also want to do. I want to do a lot of things with the youth. I want to release a documentary of my life.
Okay.
So some big plans, man. Inshallah, it will
Inshallah.
work out, you know. But for now, the goal is to start my YouTube and stay consistent. You know,
Yeah.
they were smashing my DMs. Start YouTube. We are interested in your daily life, in how you achieved your progression in calisthenics, just everything. Even how did you become more religious? You know, if I can show that to people, it's the best, man.
Yeah.
Because we all know if you start TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, it's easy to see something that's bad for the youth. You see, for example, drill rap, people showing to stab somebody or something. I want to be the guy, to be the different side, you know? Because I said to myself, if I start, do it in the halal way possible. You know, I use no music in my content. I cover my aura. You know, I try to show to the best example possible with the religious side, you know. Also on the side of being a healthy person, but and also on the side of being religious, you know. It's a hard job, but we try our best, man.
Is there a big community that is interested in that?
First, I didn't think it was that big, but now I'm seeing it bigger than I thought, man. Bro, I'm getting DMs from people all around the world, you know. People sending me their progression. People sending me a group in a village doing some pull-ups.
No
Bro,
way.
most of my followers are from Algeria.
No way.
Wallah, subhanallah. I think top 3 is Algeria, Morocco, and UK.
Okay.
So, bro, I see one guy in Algeria in a village. He's recording his friend. Look, EK, look, mashallah. They're doing some pull-ups. Bro, I see it. I think to myself, how is my video all the way from Holland to Algeria? That's the power of social media, you know? If I see that, bro, still till the day it gives me goosebumps, you know? Because one time I was the little kid looking up to somebody, you know? On social media. So it's crazy, man, bro. It's something I don't really stand still by, because I look at the video, I see a couple views, I see the numbers, but you don't really know who is watching, you know? If you can inspire them, bro, it means a lot, man. It's a lot of power, man. And it's important to do it in a positive way, you know? It's really not that difficult to go viral in a negative way. Bro, you can't go to the street and slap somebody and record them, you go viral. But you are a bad influence. But if you want to be a good influence, bro, you have to try your best, you know? You have to put in the work. If I didn't train all these years, I didn't even know what kind of content I would put out. I use also my training content to bring my religion up front, you know? I think it's the balance also what made me. But it's easy to go viral if you do something negative, man. Bro, if you hear that person is exposed or that person is robbed or this, everybody clicks. Everybody likes to see negative stuff. Because it's the game of social media. You know, they let you see that everything is perfect, everything is nice. If they see something bad happens to you, they click. That's it, man. You have to stay focused. You know, give a good example to the youth. It's important, man.
There was a video on your social media talking about the youths. I think it was an older video where you were in the Calisthenics park. And there were like a group of like 10 younger children.
Yeah.
And you were talking to them. And like, is that something you do often, or is something
Bro, that's one of my video I'm the most proud of. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah. If when I was editing the video, bro, I was said to myself, and I almost get emotional, you know, because when I watch that, think to myself, I'm truly blessed. You know, things I went through in my life, it could easily went the other way. You know, to see myself, you know, succeed and inspiring the youth, it's a blessing, man. Alhamdulillah. And that's what I do that every Sunday. I go to a, how do you say buurthuis?
Uh,
Just a community who are setting the focus on people with a bad background, you know, coming
Yeah.
from a bad neighborhood. And they reached out to me, one of the people that are in the community. They know me, you know, I went to them to school. That was before I even was EKanon. So they reached out to me, they said to me, we love what you're doing. Come to our neighborhood. We have a small group of young boys from the age of 10 to 14. Said to me, let's start something together and give them a training every Sunday. I said to them, no matter what, I'm there. Bro, if I have million followers, if I have one follower, doesn't matter. I like to invest in the youth, you know, I don't need money for that or something. That is just, for me, it's giving back to the community, you know? Because I also was that kid searching for somebody in life that could guide me to the good path. Unfortunately, I didn't have it. But it's now my job to be that person, you know. So every Sunday I go out with the lions. I call them lions. They are my young lions. So also I want to do more content on that because that was one of my first videos. And as I said before, I want to take that also overseas, man. So go to the UK and reach the audience there. Go to Turkey, you know, the home motherland. Reach my audience there. Maybe even one of my bigger plans is go to Africa, uh, build some wells, even some calisthenic parks. You know, I have big plans, inshallah, for the youth, man.
Inshallah, man. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, man. We have to, man. You know, a world like this needs positive people. Unfortunately, we have a lot of bad influence in the world, but it's time to make a change, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Time to make a change. That's rightfully said so.
Yeah, man.
I'm curious, when you go out with your lions on Sunday, what are the things you talk about? Because obviously you have the training, but I can imagine that you talk with them.
Bro, it's funny because I'm really harsh on them. You know, in this day and age, they like to bring up people soft, you know. Everything is okay. You can do this, you can do that. If I see somebody breaking a window, bro, I'm grabbing him by his ear, you know. I'm gonna show him punishment. What you're doing is not right, you know. Even if you claim to be a Muslim, show the best example to them. If you walk inside, greet everybody nicely, you know. I always tell to them, be kind towards your parents, go to the mosque, just do positive stuff, even if they're not Muslim, because I have also children who are maybe Christian or something like that. I said to them, eat
It's
healthy.
good values, right?
Yeah, help your parents, you know, stay positive, go to school. Just stay positive. Try to make something out of your life, you know. Try to be somebody who gives a good impact. And also in that area, there's a lot of drugs, a lot of people that are stealing, a lot of bad influence. And I always tell to them, if I hear that you steal or do drugs, you're not welcome in my park. Even one time they were catching the tram from Schilderswijk until the park where I'm at. It's like a 25-minute journey. So one of the head guys of that community called me. They said to me, they made a lot of noise in the tram, you know. And I said to him, how far are you? He said, we're already almost on your location. I said to him, go back home. If you say they did something bad, even if it's one of them, they all suffer. Because I try to give them I try to learn them to give each other advice, you know. Because if for example, if there were 20 people and one of them does something bad and I punish all 20 people, next time they will say, bro, because of you we got the punishment, so don't do it anymore, you know. Then they will learn to watch out for each other. Bro, they were in the tram, you know. On YouTube you have a high pitched note sound.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they were doing that. So one of
I did that too, man.
we all did that, but the guy that is the head of the group, he is giving his free time for them to come all the way to me, watch over them. You know, their parents give permission, and he says to him, "Whoever does that noise, stop it." You know, when he walks away, they pause it. When he's there, they pause it. When he walks away, they play it again.
Okay.
So he goes 3 times back and forth. And he said that to me on on the phone. I said to him, "Don't worry who it is, just send them back home." Next time they came, I said to them, "You're still not away from the punishment. You have to run. Run, run, run." One starts vomiting. So I said to them, "This is how you learn. You have to be respectful. This guy gives you free time. I'm giving my free time, you know? And you are making him crazy, doing some bad stuff. Even old people on the tram, they look back." And I said to them, "Listen, they're all Turkish or Moroccan. Don't give a bad name on your people, you know. Don't give a bad name on the Muslims. We are the ones that have to show the best character, you know. Even when I say to them, if you go to the gym, clean your weights, everything. Walk inside humble, you know. Not like you're the man. Walk inside humble. Just do your thing. Stay focused on yourself. Show them that we are the nicest people, you know. Because I always said to people, even if they hate you, kill them with kindness. That's the best example. If somebody says something bad to you, no worries, kill them with kindness. Say to them, "No worry, bro. That's your opinion. I move on." That's how you should show yourself to the people, you know.
Talking about children from difficult neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I mean, both of us, I think we grew up in Schilderswijk. Is that correct?
I grew up in Houtwijk, but it's the same
Okay, yeah.
environment, you know.
Yeah. What are some of the hardships that children there face that other people don't, and what are some ways that we can overcome it? Because obviously, I mean, hopefully we're a good example for them that it is possible, but also a lot of people around me that were from there, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because I think what I've seen the most is that people don't see that it's possible. It's just they're surrounded by a lot of negativity, like you said, drugs, violence, racism. They get treated differently. Even when you try to go to university, they'll tell you, "Yeah, but watch out. Like there's only Dutch people there. It will be hard
they
for
give
you."
you feeling you're a step behind them, you know.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. I also experienced this. I think you also. But what I think everybody has a reason why. Because in my neighborhood, you had a lot of bad influence. Also, not the richest, you know. So if you want to earn some money, my mom told me, "You want to earn money? Go work." I was maybe 14, 13 years old. I had to work. You know, I grew up without a father. So I had nobody in my life who said to me, "Here's some lunch money." If I want lunch money, my mom said, "Go ahead and work for it," you know. So that's what makes you a man. I even think the people like us are a step behind the normal people. You know, we are mentally stronger. We've been through much more than them. Bro, they are... For me, it's weird to sit on table and have a whole family and eat together. For me, it's weird. I always eat by myself. You know, I didn't really have a mom, dad, brothers around, you know? For me, it was all alone. And that's... and in that... I think in that type of moments, you realize you have less than other people, so you have to work harder if you want to achieve something. Some of the people go for the bad route. They want to earn quick money. They go at steal or sell drugs. Some of them, they are patient, go to school, try to make something of their life, or hit the gym. For me, it was the other side, you know. But it was really close going. It's easy, you know. You're angry at the world. Why does this happen to me? Uh why I don't have the nicest clothes, you know. You look up to your other children. You see somebody get a bike from his father, expensive bike. You think by yourself, I also want that bike. But nobody gives you money, so you go ahead the bad route. it's easy, man. That's why I say to the people, just stay focused, work hard for your goals, and eventually the people that get gifts don't have the hunger of you. You know, you have that flame. You know, even when I'm in the gym, still, man, in the nighttime I get the flame. It never will go away because when I do my muscle ups now, I remember the first ever muscle ups of me. You know, I always, even when I see I get achievements on my social media, when I saw 100K, where I went to the park, where I learned my first ever muscle up, I made the video that I was watching the 100K. I said to myself, one day he was here, 16, 19 years old, in the rain, training, never thought of these opportunities, you know. And I'm a person, I'm really harsh on myself. I'm not looking for an easy way out. So a lot of people, when they train, they like to go on a hot day, middle of the day, you know, on 3 o'clock, they gym outside or in the gym. Bro, I'm that guy. I go in the night when it's raining, cold. Then I test also my mentality, you know. Bro, I'm every rep, what I'm doing there, every pull up, I'm saying to myself, why am I here? Why am I doing this to myself? I'm looking at my hands busted open. Everything, I'm getting cold. But that's what giving me the fire to continue, you know. Because I get mentally strong. I said to myself, you want to quit? You are not going to quit. 1,000 reps, 500 reps. I'm there 2 hours doing just pull-ups, getting cramped up. But I have a goal in front of me and I want to achieve it. And you have to work for it. No gifters here. No gifters around me, you know. Just work, hard work, man, bro.
Would you consider the hardships you have faced in your past and still now also as blessings then?
Of course, bro. Everything is a blessing for me. The reason I have this today, the journey was meant to be, you know. Losing my father or dropping out of school or losing a job. Well, I always said to myself, alhamdulillah, it can always be much more, it can always be a much, how can I say it, man?
Words?
Worse situation. Always can get worse because what we learn from the Islam, the Prophet Muhammad sallam, he said, don't look up to the people who have more than you. Look to the people who have less than you. So, for example, I lost my father. I know somebody who lost both of his parents. So I'm still saying, alhamdulillah, I have my mother. She cooks for me. I have a roof above me, you know. I have my own bed. I get food that I like. I can go to the gym whenever I want. You know, these are things you have to count your blessings. You know, you have to try to count. You can never count your blessings, but you have to try to count your blessings. If you only look to your
Shortcomings?
yes, you will never be happy, man. Never be happy. So and there's one image. It went viral. You know, you have one guy. He sees a Rolls Royce and he drives a Seat or something, and he's saying, oh, "I want that Rolls Royce." Then you have a guy on a bike. He looks at the car. Then you have the guy on the someone walking looks at the bike, and you have so on and so on. But if you really count, that's how I start my day. Alhamdulillah, I can see. Alhamdulillah, I can smell. I can walk. I'm fit. You know, I'm fitter than most of the people. We're truly blessed, man. Losing somebody is part of the journey. Stay focused. I always say to people, stay focused, because in the past, these shortcomings, you know, it makes you angry at the world. Why me? Why this? Why that? But now I say, alhamdulillah, if I make, God forbid, a car accident, I said to myself, alhamdulillah, maybe if I went 20 meters further, it would go even much more wrong. You know, you never know. Allah plans everything, and we just live it, you know. Just try to do your best, give it your 100%, and stay positive, count your blessings. Believe me, the people that don't count the blessings, they will be depressed, bro. Because you will always look to somebody better. There will always be somebody stronger or better. So that's why I always look to the people that are below me. Not really below me in a way of status, but who have less than me, you know.
You talked about happiness, I think, also briefly in that beautiful talk that you had. It's really, really beautiful. I think you have a very nice way to look at life.
Thank you, my bro.
And honestly, just grateful that also the religion has taught us that.
Yeah, man.
Also, for me, it's also new. I'm learning more about it more and more. great.
Mashallah.
I'm grateful to have a lot of people around me that know a lot about it, so I can talk with them. And exactly like what you said was an example once. Like a Muslim friend of mine told me that he missed his plane, and because of that, he missed a very important meeting
Yeah.
in the country. He was like, and for one second I stressed, but then I thought in my mind, no, maybe if I went on a plane, it would have crashed, or maybe like it
Yeah.
can always you never know how it
You
happens.
never
And
know
now
what
with
happens.
everything that happens, goes bad or it goes wrong, take a deep breath. Alhamdulillah, it's
Alhamdulillah.
good.
That's the key word.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
yeah,
Because you're a lot of people, I personally call them selfish. They only say Alhamdulillah when things are going well, you know. If they achieve a great job or get a degree, they're saying Alhamdulillah. But when there's a setback, they start to complain, you know. It's all part of the progress. Sometimes you have to fall down to keep going, you know. That's just part of life, man. And I even think people that have the most setbacks will be the most successful. If you have setbacks and you are thankful still, you will be the most successful. Because then you won't be scared to make a bad move or feel something, you know. That's why I dropped out of school. When I dropped out, I said to myself, try it. Nothing happens, alhamdulillah. You know, not a big deal, you know. That's alhamdulillah, we have a great, great, great religion, man. And I always tell non-Muslims and other people who maybe don't practice as much, read the Quran, read about the Prophet Muhammad sallam, read about his companions. Those people went to difficult times, not we. Look at us, man. We're sitting here, microphone, camera, water. Bro, then people have to travel for a glass of water, you know, even in Africa and all those countries. So stay blessed, man. It's not really that bad what we have, you know.
yeah, yeah. And I think also in our society we take things for granted really easily. And
That's a bad habit, man.
yeah, it's a very bad habit. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. Plenty
We
of
all,
people.
I think we
Yeah,
all, you know.
and but having something to fall back on and tell you, hey, you like keep in mind what you have is good.
Yeah,
This is all. And what I find really interesting is that I haven't heard many people that are or like I think that religion plays a very big role in helping people realize that. Because like learning those lessons without it, I've met people that have it that are non-religious and have a lot of good morals and all that in
yeah, yeah, of
place.
course.
Like it happens a lot.
Hmm.
But the religion, I think it's like a very helping hand because like when things go bad, you feel like you have something to fall back on.
That's why I always say to people, in life you have pillars where what you're leaning on, you know. One of them is your family, your wealth, your job, uh, just your wife, children. So also one of those pillars is your religion. And I believe if you want to become a strong man, you have to have a relationship with your creator. Because, for example, you lose your children, you fall back to your wife, you can say, oh, at least I have my wife. You lose your wife, you say, oh, at least I have my money. You lose your money, you say, oh, at least I have my job. But what if you lose your job? The only thing, if you lose everything, what you can fall back on is your religion. But for example, say you don't have a religion, but you can't fall back on nothing. And a religion is the pillar that can't be broken, you know, that's the most strong, that's the last pillar. So you lose your children, nothing happens. Wife, I have my wife. You lose your wife, I have my money. You lose your money, you say, at least I have my job. You lose your job, then you can say, Alhamdulillah, still I'm a Muslim. And that's the most important. You have to be somebody who can detach himself from the dunya. If you are too much in love with this worldly life, bro, if you get a setback, you will get depressed. And I think that's the key of somebody who gets away from depression. You just don't need to care about this dunya, you know. If you get a setback, you say, Alhamdulillah, I'm still a Muslim. Because that's the most, that's the richest thing in life what you can have as a Muslim. If you have your religion, bro, that means much more than billions of dollars, millions of cars, millions of women, for example. So that's why I invest myself, you know, I try to learn more about the deen because we have to know that we are blessed that He chose us to be Muslims, you know, He guided us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have to thank Him for that, you know. We have to make the last pillar strong, because if that one crashes, it will go bad, bro.
Yeah.
Because life can really kill people. We all know people end their lives quickly. We all we all know somebody will end his life, even in this day and age. But if you're religiously strong, no matter what setback you have, positive, man. Alhamdulillah, I'm still a Muslim. We go.
Yeah. You quickly talked about also what I find really interesting is happiness in a way, and you talked about, I feel like it was materialistic things. Where do you think that happiness comes from? Because I mean, I know what you're gonna say, but
Yeah.
like it is not like we live in this world and it's great, but like there's a lot of material. There's
Yeah.
people. I feel like people distract themselves from themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They try to take the happiness from. I mean, women. It can be money. It can
Yeah.
be short-term gratification in any ways possible. It can be drugs. It can be different substances that make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
They do everything to escape
Yeah.
escape themselves. And
It's like a distraction or something
Yeah.
for them. Yeah, I think we all have that problem, We're just human.
of course,
Everybody wants a nice car. Everybody wants a beautiful wife. But for me, I think, come on. What the most important is, just. I talked with my brother the other day, my older brother. I said to him, "What is really, what do we see as happiness? As a human, we are really selfish. For example, you buy your first car, you're really happy, but something bad happens, you forget you bought your first car. That's what I thought. So he, how to answer your question is, what I see in happiness is something you do consistently and gives you happiness. You can't buy every day your first car. But for me, if I pray all my 5 daily prayers and I am laying in my bed and I'm feeling the joy of Alhamdulillah, I did something positive, just religious wise and non religious wise. If you do something positive, for me, maybe helping somebody, giving me knowledge, or just helping my mother lifting with their grocery bags. That is what gives you really happiness. Those are moments you can recreate every time. But if you buy your first car, you can't buy your first car again tomorrow. That's just one happy moment. I don't really have like one happy moment. I just try to search for moments that I can reach again. And I think that's important, because we humans, we are selfish, man. You buy your first house, next time one of your relative dies, you say, man, screw that house, my relative died. You forget that moment just in 1 second. But if you realize, you have to search for something that gives you constantly happiness. So giving back to people, or helping somebody who's in need, doing your prayers,
also being grateful, right?
being grateful, of course. I think that's the first.
Yeah.
If you're not grateful, I don't think you can get satisfied by a lot of these other things. That's just search for, do something positive. Maybe for somebody that's um, even walking his dog outside, just empty his mind. I also like to walk a lot. I go to the beach on my free days. I just walk, man. Walk, think by myself, think about my goals. Just walk, look around me, look to the beach, being grateful. Because a lot of people, when we're busy, you forget a lot of blessings. When you're working all day, your day goes by fast. So when I'm working or going to the gym or after, I always search for a moment when I'm with myself and just thinking about my life, thinking about my blessings, thinking about my goals, getting myself hungry, I want to achieve this, achieve that. Alhamdulillah, I already achieved this. And I think that's also really important why I should pray. And that's why it's in 5 different times, in the night time you remember, oh, this is not my real place, the hereafter is my real place. Even when you start your play, you say Allahu Akbar. And Allahu Akbar means Allah is the greatest. So when you're raising your hands, you're getting the reminder of He is the greatest and not these things around me, not my problems. Sometimes when you really have some problems in your head and you start your prayer, you think about everything, bro. You're in your prayer, you think, I have to work tomorrow. I didn't eat yet. What am I eating? I have to go visit my friend. All of distractions in your prayer, you know. But when you do the movements, every movement we do to sujood, to sajda, you say Allahu Akbar, and that has to be a reminder of Allah is the greatest. Whenever whatever problem you have in your head, Allahu Akbar, you know He's the greatest. Screw my problems. That's the reminder constantly. So if you're praying 5 different times, you will get the reminder 5 different times. You know. That's why the prayer is really, really important. People say, what it's taught to me, you have to pray, you have to pray, you have to pray. But you have to also know the meaning of praying, you know. You say Allahu Akbar every time. Try to learn yourself. When I hear that word, He is the greatest, not this dunya. This is just a stage to get to the afterlife, you know. And that's why you also, when you're reciting your surahs in your daily prayer, try to learn the meaning if you don't know the Arabic language, because it will change your life. Wallah, it will change your life, man.
What I've seen around me also, it's very interesting you're saying this, is obviously I come from a neighborhood where most of the people had a Muslim background.
Yeah.
What I noticed there is that a lot of people, when they grew up, they were doing everything, but the meaning behind it, like it
They
felt...
didn't know really.
Yeah, they didn't really know.
I was the same, bro.
And you can't blame them.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see that mindset change in those people when they start, you know, like deepening themselves into it.
Yeah.
And then they will really do it for a reason.
You know what I think is really bad is forcing somebody to pray, you know.
Yeah.
Just tell him why he prays, give him the meaning, give him the reasons. Believe me, if you can tell him in a great way, he will start praying. But for me, it started, you know, out the household. They say to you, you have to pray, you have to pray, you have to pray. They don't really explain why. It distracted me even from the prayer, you know. But then I started getting older. I learned the meaning of the prayers, the surah meaning, you know, what you're saying in your prayers. And I thought to myself, now I even can live without the prayer. I need it. If I miss my prayer by something, or maybe I forget my prayer or something, I get crazy, bro. I have to pray. That's why I first came here. I said to you, can I pray before we start, you know? Now I have my prayer. Alhamdulillah, now the heart, we calm down. Now I'm here. It's the most important, bro. It's the key to success. Because I always say to my, when I feel bad, when I feel good, pray, man. Always pray. And ask for everything what you want. You never know. All your prayers will get heard, you know. If it gets accepted, just try. I prayed for, even what I achieved now, I pray for it every day. Give me more health. Give me more good people around me. Get the bad people away from me. You know, give me little signs of who is good for me, who is bad for me. And now I see a lot of signs, subhanAllah. A lot of bad friends of me, fortunately, you know, stepped away from them.
But it makes sense also. I think besides what happened religiously, is because you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And I think those prayers are moments. We had Hans Kroon on the podcast. It's a very famous trainer.
Yeah, of Kukansaki. Yeah, I know him, man.
Yeah, amazing man, really inspirational. And he said hard work without reflection is nothing. And that hit so hard for me because,
great quote.
like, I'm always, and I had that in a moment, even last year, always continuing without taking
step outside and look,
taking a step back.
Result,
what's happening? What have I done?
Yeah.
What's going well? What's going not well? What are the people around me that are supporting me? What are the people that I should spend more time with?
Yeah.
Just all those small things. I think in the fast life that we're living, you can get lost in that. And taking that step, if it's in a way of a prayer or meditation or a walk, like you said, it's beautiful.
Or maybe a gym session or visiting a positive friend of you.
Yeah.
But I think the reason is every human wants to have quick results, you know. Bro, people ask me, how do I get the muscle up in 2 weeks or something? Why does it have to be short, you know? Put your work in, even if it's 2-3 years long. If you see progress, it's progress at the end of the day. But we are really haste people. We want to achieve things in 2-3 seconds. We want to be a millionaire tomorrow. We want to have a wife tomorrow. We want to have children, everything. Just stay calm, as you said. take a step outside, reflect. Is everything going well? Because you can easily go lost in it.
Yeah.
We all experience it, I think. Sometimes you look back at yourself, the years go by fast. On my Snapchat memories, I see snaps of 1 year ago. I'm saying to myself, SubhanAllah, I thought it was 1 month ago, you know. Time flies, man.
So I would like to ask you to round off. I think we can talk about 10,000 subjects, but that's why it's so
Yeah.
great that you're gonna have a YouTube channel where people can
Yeah,
find you
inshallah, man.
on that. With the last question, I'd like to ask you, what does success mean to you?
Great question, man. Success, I think, is to be somebody who has a good relation with his creator in whatsoever manner, you know. Somebody who's grateful, somebody who is chasing peace in his life, you know, to have a calm life, heart, no stress. Somebody who has good people around him. Somebody who can give back, you know. Be somebody who has an impact on this on like social media or something, you know. Be just on society, I mean. Be somebody who has a good impact on society. I think that is something you can't buy or achieve like without working hard, you know. And just stay focused.
I really like that you said the impact on society,
Yeah.
and I would like to add something to that, if I may. It's that a lot of people want to start really big with that, but just start in your own circle, your own family.
Yeah.
Look at your sister, your brother,
Yeah,
your
of
nephew,
course.
your uncle, your neighbor.
Yeah.
Just go over to their door. Hey, do you need something? Can I help you with groceries? Just small things.
Exactly.
You can
bro.
make such a big difference in
Yeah,
people, their
man.
life. You don't know what's going on in their mind.
Yeah,
Even
man.
your closest people that are close to you, have those talks to them.
A small moment of you approaching somebody can change his day, you know, even negatively and positive. If I come here inside and I say to you, yeah, my day was awful, automatically you will come in my energy, you know. You will also think, awful day, you know. Or I give you like negative vibes, you know. But if you come, you say to the people just nice things. Just, for example, you have a nice watch, you know.
Thank you.
Just some compliments, you know. That can change their day, bro. You never know what kind of state they have in the mind. You can change it, you know. Just greet people, be a nice person. That's what I try to be on social media. The best example possible. You know?
It's beautiful, man. Keep it up. Keep doing it.
Thank you, man. You also, man. I love the work, man.
I appreciate it, brother. And
Keep
if
it up, bro.
we can ever help each other, please let us know.
Of course, bro.
And
hit me up for everything. Religious tips, gym tips, everything, bro. You feel free to hit me up.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, bro.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time as well.
Thank you for having me,
And
bro.
it's a pleasure, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hoe lang heeft het geduurd dan?
Iets langer dan 1 uur 20 minuten of zo.
Nee joh. Broer, ik dacht 40 minuten of zo, man.
De tijd gaat snel toch worden.